I don't know how much confidence I have in the dates and stuff, but I came up with 1191.
Yes.
1191 AD.
Hold it, let me write this down. Yes, 11.
What?
I'm repeating
Okay.
the name.
Yeah, 1191.
Yes.
And
You said AD, right?
yeah, I did. But me at that time, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what day of the week it is. I'm thinking it's March because I know things are changing, the weather's changing.
What popped in your mind? Just unconsciousness, no? Did you?
I'm in exile.
I'm sorry?
I was in exile.
Exile. So that no other date popped in your mind, right?
No.
Okay, exile.
And pretty much days are spent indoors, kind of hiding. Nights are spent outdoors. I deserve to be ostracized, but at the time I'm not taking responsibility for it. I'm dressed really crappy, simple sandals. And with a few people, all we're doing is just hanging out, laying low, trying to keep from the death that eventually happened, which it seemed like I was very weak and I was stolen by people,
Physically stoned.
and not in a good way.
Any location popped in your mind?
I'm thinking Turkey, but I don't know if I have
Turkey?
confidence in that either.
Okay. Any reason?
Yeah, at one point I was with like a whole band of people. We were doing really well and we were abusing and creating mayhem. I don't really have pictures of that. I just have the knowledge that's what we were doing. And now somehow we lost out where we're in exile and there's not too many people left that I know anymore.
It's a question. Is some kind of revolution of some sort, or?
No, it just seems to be more gangster than,
okay.
than a revolution.
Okay.
But I'm on pretty hard circumstances at this point.
What do you mean?
We just have to go around like to taverns or little places and con them out of food or get food, or we're just laying low, hiding. That's all I'm doing in there. There's some people with me. I'm not sure exactly what is dominant.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
What is it that you've done to be put in that kind of exile?
Oh, I think we just would go to a place and take everything we could.
Hold it. Exile. Take everything we could. Were you forced into exile, or you chose to be in
I
exile?
think we're in exile now because enough people got together and decided this band, this bunch of people aren't going to be able to pull what they've been pulling. So, but now I'm starting to add rationalization from everything else. Me, at the time where I went back to, I was still blaming everybody but me.
You still
I was, at that time, I was blaming everybody.
blaming.
Yeah, for my
It's their
exile.
fault.
I wasn't taking responsibility.
It's their fault you're in that mess.
Yeah.
Not what you did.
Yeah.
Just like Wayne asked question, anyone is welcome to, interaction here, of course, yeah.
But at certain points, it gets kind of hazy, so I don't know. There are some points that really gleam, like the real, and the other things I'm not sure if I'm filling in or what.
You don't have to, you can,
So, and my name was something like Torn or Thorn or something.
Thorn or torn.
Yeah, which I don't know if that, I have a lot of confidence in that popping up, but that is what popped up.
So the exile part, normally it's like an authority.
I know, exile may be framing it nicer than, it's just a hunted criminal.
No, I understand that, but were you forced to be there, or because I see you roaming around and going in stores and stuff, and but still being cautious not to get caught and stuff? So you weren't in exile, or were you self-exiling, or perhaps at some stage you became an exile and initially it wasn't, or?
I think it was like being on the lam, just on the run, just,
All right, so I got it.
yeah, maybe exile frames it nicer than what it was. I don't know.
Okay.
It's miserable, basically. Tired, beat up, and miserable. And the landscape was very rocky, not too much vegetation, pretty much like dry and burnt out.
Any more like esoteric stuff, like higher self giving you advice, or any skill you learned from that life? Surviving skills.
Well, it's funny because it came to me as acting skills, which could have been a good con job. I don't know,
No.
but that was the thing that popped up. Yeah, it was. I was hoping it'd be something different.
Well, I give you credit for being honest. You know, I have a friend who refuses to do past life because she doesn't want to find out if she was, I won't say it, but something negative, you know. In another life.
Responsible.
No, I led a very brutal life. It seemed.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was interesting that you used the word exile, because that means you were already you were told that you cannot be here anymore. You had to be there.
Right.
In another place.
Yeah, definitely
But
forced to be out.
But the description that you're giving is the two of them don't equate exactly for that.
He's right, yeah. I get the feeling he's filtering it out so it becomes a little socially more acceptable, and he's using a nice word, nice quote
That's what I
unquote
think.
word,
So you
exile, but he doesn't,
because
it was
in
not
that,
exile.
in that case, you were being punished. You see already by being in exile, put into exile.
He's self-exiled of some sort.
See?
On the run.
Maybe it was self-exile. I just think it was
Or,
a case of justice not having caught up yet.
yeah, that makes sense. Does it make sense? As an artist, to survive, you have to be an actor and a very good, you know, communicator in many ways. You know, it's not enough to go and do your illustration. So I can see that acting skill is part of survival.
Yeah, I got nothing to say. It's like, it's a lot to think about, or not to think about. But yeah, I don't know what it means. So I'm applying it for a while. But it's not outside of things I suspected of past lives. and
How is
stuff.
that?
Because
You're smiling about it too. That's
Because often, out of nowhere, for my character, it seems from nowhere, you know, the ego and character I've developed in this life, I will often think of a very brutal response to something. And it has nothing to do with who I've ever been. And then it passes and I'll say, wow, why would I ever think to do that?
Yeah, I hear you. Did you know that? Did you notice that? It's good. We evolve. We go more in, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just was getting this image that everything that you've been saying, it's almost like you're self-inflicting this whole thing upon yourself, that you deserve to be punished, to be admonished for something that doesn't feel like it's in this time. in some other time that took place.
No, no, what you're saying is correct, and I think I am adding the punishment part of it now. The person whose sandals I was just looking at, I'm not thinking I deserve to be punished. I'm thinking they're way off course, and it's only because of me having less numbers than them that now we have to get the hell out of town and not get rounded up and killed.
You mean your group?
Yeah. And then when I had to like think of my death, I don't think there was any group left, it was just me.
I like your smile as you tell the story, though.
Because
It's
I have a hard time buying it. You know what I mean? These are the things that came up, and then I tried to write down the impressions.
yes.
But I'm not buying it 100% yet. Like, oh wow, like
That's all right. That's not you. You can deny it.
Well, I'm not even in denial about it, but it's just like, I don't know, like a new toy or
There's something
a
childlike.
new piece of artwork to play with, or you know, it's like. So I'm smiling, I think, because it's a new, odd thing. Although I've felt rumbles of it throughout my entire life, but not in a big way.
I think that's a little validation, you know. We're not responsible in this life for their stuff, you know.
No, and honestly,
no legally.
and I guess I didn't then either.
If you want to, later on, we'll go more in detail.
Okay.
Okay? So with
Because
the-
somehow if I continue to talk about it, I think I'll talk through it or around it. You
That's
know?
all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. You know, it's not a confession place here. That's not. But what I find interesting, how you took very deliberate notes after the session, and
Because
you
some
were-
of it seems so unbelievable.
you were so absorbed by it. And I think I would be curious to read those notes, not listen to you. I'm kidding.
No, no.
And serious.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Appreciate that.